we mentioned Arthur Smith, and listen, his final moments as a Falcons head coach, he was not happy. Wasn't happy because...
And nor should he have been.
The New Orleans Saints decided in a blowout to hand the ball to Jamal Williams and get him a rushing touchdown. Arthur Smith called out Dennis Allen for it afterwards. Dennis Allen said post-game that, listen, that was not the play that went in. And then there were some reports circling after the game that it was Jameis Winston in the offense that may have gone rogue and decided to call that play and rush the ball in for a touchdown. And so Jameis Winston popped up post-game yesterday to explain himself and had a fun little back and forth with the media.
Well, I apologize to DA because the play was victory. But I also explained to DA that it was a team decision. And I think when you have the team morale, and I asked the guys, I say, guys, like, what do you want to do? We know how much Jamal means to this team, and I understood from DA's perspective. So I give him that. But DA didn't condone that at all. You know, he didn't. However, we decided as a team to do it, and, man, we got an interception to the 1-yard line. You know, like... So if we would have scored, would it still would have been disrespectful?
So no regrets, huh?
No regrets. We don't regret. Do we regret for scoring 41 points on them? Do you think we regret that?
Well, you do have to play these guys twice a year. That's all I'm saying.
We already played them twice.
I know, but I'm talking about the future. You know, somebody's got to play these guys twice a year. That's all.
How do you feel about it? Tell me how you feel about it.
Not good.
Why don't you feel good about it?
Because you got to play these guys twice a year.
But what about it makes you not feel good about it?
The head coach tells you to kneel it out. You're asking my opinion?
Yes.
I think you should have kneeled it out.
Okay. Well,
I'm just telling you as respectfully as I can. You answer my question as respectfully as you could, and I'm telling you as respectfully as I can that I respectfully disagree with you. That's all.
You disagree with me or the entire team?
Whoever made that decision.
Okay. So you disagree with the entire team. So thank you.
No, I'm just being honest and respectful.
And that's what I'm attempting to do too. Yes. And that's what I am doing.
So,
yes.
So there is Jameis Winston explaining his role in the rogue touchdown run and handoff to Jamal Williams.
So you saying that y'all disagreeing? You disagreeing with all of us?
The fact that he is completely oblivious to the idea that your coach told you to do something and you elected not to do it. I don't understand.
Like, you lost me right when you said, so I asked the team, what you guys want to do here? Take a knee.
Right,
Take a knee.
So a couple things there. Obviously, they wanted to get Jamal Williams a touchdown. For those who kind of forget, didn't he lead the league in rushing touchdowns last year?
Yeah.
And then he didn't have a single touchdown this entire season. So they wanted to get him a rushing touchdown. I get that. I honestly feel like had they just ran a normal play, it wouldn't have been quite as bad as them lining up in the victory formation and then getting him the football. I mean, look, when you're beating the crap out of a team, they really don't have any leg to stand on in regards to how they lose. You get your butt kicked, you're your butt kicked, and that's how I feel. There is an element of being disubordinate in this situation. There is an element of sportsmanship when you line up in victory formation. Most guys aren't trying to play that play, and so obviously there was an element of trickery to it. But I think it's a bad sign for Dennis Allen.
Oh, yes.
I mean, think about that. If you send in that play, and obviously you saw Arthur Smith after the game for everyone who watched, he was fired up.
Yes, he was.
He lit into Dennis Allen. Again, that's kind of, unfortunately, the reality you're left with when you lose that bad. Like you really, all you can do is complain. That doesn't really matter. But it sheds a light on maybe where this locker room is with Dennis Allen. Where they feel like they could do something like that to end their season, and there's no repercussions. it is what it is. So,
like, when you see a kid who behaves poorly, what do you think of? Where are the
bad
parents?
parenting.
Yeah,
bad parenting.
Like, they literally just they told you what to do, and Jameis Winston just got in the huddle and said, "I don't know, what do you guys think?" Just ran a play.
Them dudes was sitting there like, kneel it, like victory formation. And Jameis was like, nah, we're going to eat this W today, y'all. We going to get him in.
Man.
We're going to get him in. Here's what we're running. He might not even told the rest of them. It was victory formation. He might have just been between him and the running back. I don't buy that the whole team agreed to that because it's just not an honorable deal.
He looked over at the sideline, and LaVar and everyone on the defense was like, "Yep, do it, man. This is now."
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
So you disagree with the whole team then?
Yeah, I disagree.
Yes, I am.
I disagree with him saying the whole team agreed to do it. Like, you're going to get him his touchdown on a play where dudes is just standing up, starting to dap up the other team and give them hugs like, good luck, da-da-da, this and that. Like, okay, you're going to jack up the honor system here? Like, come on, man. And then you'll be mad if one of them dudes fire up off the defensive line, pop somebody, knock them down, and then try to hit the quarterback. Now you want to fight. Like, come on, man. You ruined victory formation for pretty much every team moving forward.
Yeah,
there's no honor system there. That's like no honor amongst thieves. Like, why would you do that? Just to get him a touchdown? Like, that's the way I'd be like, you keep that damn touchdown. I don't want a touchdown that way. That's my one touchdown. Did he reach an incentive? Like, what was the real passion behind getting him in the end zone on the final play where you're on the 1 yard line? You have the game won. Like, if he hit an escalator, I get it. Like, he hit, like, all right, this is Chris Jones, open it wide open. This is Mike Strahan. He's going to get Brett Favre. I get it. But if you ain't breaking no records, if you're not hitting an escalator incentive, what do you do that for? There's no reason to do it. And that just kind of further solidifies how some people view Jameis Winston. And maybe he likes that. Maybe he likes having that reputation.
That's a hell of a reputation.
What is it, Jonas? What is it? Tell us what that reputation is.
Listen, I'm not even.
What's that reputation, Jonas? What was I alluding to that you're going to finish? Go ahead, jump right on in there.
He's got there's some strange stuff in his past. Is one way to put it from Jameis Winston. So
anybody that can eat a W the way that Jameis Winston literally eats a W, it says something about something.
Now, one of the angles on the Arthur Smith firing, and one of the reasonings behind it, as reported on, is that they were not happy with his usage of guys like Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Drake London. Like, they've added a lot of pieces, young talent on offense, really, really talented guys, and they've been not happy with Arthur Smith's handling of that. And then there's the quarterback issue. It felt like they could never really find the answer at quarterback. They were in on the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. He decided to go to Cleveland because they probably gave him like $100 million more guaranteed. And then that was gone. The defense played better this year, under the radar, but, outside of yesterday, the defense did play better this year. There's a lot of worse situations in the NFL than that Atlanta Falcons job. Like, there's a lot of talent there. Like, what direction would you go if you were the Atlanta Falcons? You go offense again and see if you can get somebody to build and
I don't care where you go. You just need a quarterback. That was quite evident. Honestly, I don't care what direction you go. And the hard thing is the viable candidates are guys like Dan Quinn, you already had. Ben Johnson, do you want to, go the offensive route with the first-time head coach again? So a lot of the top candidates, in my opinion, are all defensive coaches. So I think you're going to see a lot of those guys circle through. Like, I think Raheem Morris should get a look for the job he's done with LA Rams. He's kind of flown under the radar, but he's done a phenomenal job. And you can kind of go on through a list of other guys that if you're really looking at it, Mike McDonald in Baltimore, he's going to be a guy you're going to give some consideration to. But that would be the direction I'd go. I think it's going to be a defensive-led team for the short term until you get a quarterback. But you go find whoever the best candidate is and then go load up and find a quarterback to go help you win some football games. Because this team's not far off there.